Hey there, y'all. Got a couple of CD box sets that just arrived in the mail yesterday and a couple of random vinyls that I picked up over the last week or so. Be a short video today, but I'll show you what I got coming right up. Stay where you are. Hey there, y'all. Welcome back to another Tim Talks Christian Rock. Tim Risto here. Hope you're having an awesome day today, and may God bless your day going forward from here. Probably just going to be a short video today. I'm still kind of recovering from all the purchases I made over the holidays, so I don't have a ton of latest vinyl and CDs to offer in this video today, but I do have 3 CD units, a couple of box sets, and 1 individual CD, and then 2 vinyls, kind of random vinyls that I just found over the last week or 10 days or so. So I thought we'd take a look at those. Let's go ahead and start with the vinyls first. I've actually listened to those where I have not listened to any of the CDs yet. So CDs will be more of like just kind of a look at the product, where the vinyls I can actually comment on the music and the sound a little bit more. So let's get going. First up today is a vinyl from Peter Beveridge, his 1983 album Grinding Wheel. Peter Beveridge is a solo artist that recorded, I guess, a couple of albums or so, 2 or 3 albums maybe, in the Christian music industry. I don't know a lot about him. I've seen others post about this album in some Facebook Christian music forums, but other than recognizing the cover art when I came across this album, I really don't know a ton about it, or didn't know a ton about it until I picked it up. But it's kind of a rock pop album. Here's the back. There's Peter Beveridge. It's got 10 tracks on it. Static on the Frequency is the opening track, which actually, from what I understand, was actually the original title of the album. This, I think, is an American release. And if we hop on over to online here real quick, it says here, this is the re-release of the 1982 Static on the Frequency album from Peter Beveridge. The album was originally released in Australia as Static on the Frequency, then re-released worldwide as Grinding Wheel. So this is the worldwide release of the album. It is a pop rock album, but it's got kind of a neat style to it. There's a couple of rockers on here, and kind of cool style to the album. I do like it. I like the opening track. I like Mr. Media. Grinding Wheel is good. Some of the titles are kind of interesting too. Teflon Salvation, Winter Nights. Another Marriage on the Rocks. It sounds like a country song, but it's not. Add Up the Wonders, Static on the Frequency. Kind of an interesting album, just one I've seen posted about on other forums, like I mentioned. But I found this for $2 at a local vinyl shop. Here's the insert with another photo of Peter on it. Of course, lyrics on this side. Insert actually is the album sleeve, so the vinyl goes in there. It is interesting to note here, I see David Kemper is listed as drums, and Marty McCall from Fireworks and also First Call is one of the backing vocals on here. Jerry McPherson is electric and acoustic guitars, David Miner bass guitar, Tiana Parr backing vocals, Bill Tillman soprano and alto and tenor sax, Pat Bouts is percussion, Peter Beveridge is acoustic grand and Yamaha electric grand pianos, Prophet 5 synthesizer, Fender Rhodes, and Yamaha CS80. So just a quick rundown of some of the musicians on this particular album. This was the Star Song release, so there you see the big old colored Star Song logo on the label. Very familiar for many of us who grew up during this time period getting these vinyls. That was a very familiar sight for many of us. So there you go, Peter Beveridge Grinding Wheel from 1983, $2 record store find. I can't really complain about it. Again, this was just kind of a random find, something that I only recognized by seeing the cover art. Probably if I had just seen the name, I might not have picked this up, but having recognized the cover being posted before on other forums, I thought, oh yeah, I'll pick that up. $2, not a bad find. I've listened to it once all the way through. I like it. It's got a good sound to it. Probably give it another listen here in the next week or so, get a little deeper into it, but good $2 record store find. All right, second and last vinyl that I'll show for today is Bruce Coburn's Stealing Fire from 1984. I'm not a super huge Bruce Coburn fan. I know a lot of people that really think extremely highly of him. He is very talented. I know some people question where he is in his Christian faith and all that. I don't know about any of that, not going into a lot of details about that. I know he does get listed on a lot of Christian music best of lists, so I'm going to talk about him here. Happened to see this album at a Half Price Books for $5.99, $6. It's in good to very good shape. A little worn on the jacket and things like that, but otherwise it's in good shape. Coburn produces kind of folk rock, even kind of jazz-leaning rock, which this album has some of that. Interesting style, and he is very talented. Music is interesting. I like it. Not necessarily a ton of rockers. Some of it's more, like I said, folk rock, but enjoyable. I like his stuff. This album probably is most famous, besides having really kind of cool and interesting cover art, is most famous for a song called If I Had a Rocket Launcher. There's a whole story behind that, which I won't go into it, other than that he made a trip overseas and this kind of inspired him to write this song. He's a little more of an activist in many ways, or at least was. But this is the first Bruce Coburn album I've purchased, picked up, and really listened to with any depth. So interesting. I like it. I'll probably give it another listen. But again, for $6, I thought I'd pick this one up. There's Bruce Coburn there on the back. Again, this is from 1984. I believe he's still alive and recording as well, or at least touring on some limited engagements. Sleeve and insert with the lyrics on one side and lyrics on the other side too, I think in Spanish or French, perhaps. Anyway, lyrics on both sides. And here is the vinyl itself. Again, just a simple black vinyl. This is from 84. Side 1 here, which is labeled as Face 1. And then side 2 here labeled as Face 2. So there you go. Those are my two vinyl finds for the last week or 10 days or so. Again, this one was at a local record shop for $2, and the Bruce Coburn one was at a Half Price Books for $6. So for $8, I got two vinyls for the week. Not a bad deal. All right, next up, let's take a look at the CDs that I got. I got one individual and two box sets. We'll look at the individual CD first. I did a video all about getting Petra's Jekyll and Hyde on vinyl. Pretty popular video. A lot of people watching and commenting on that one. And I mentioned there I'd get around to picking up the Deluxe CD that Girder also put out. Well, here it is. I finally decided to pick that up. So here's Petra, Jekyll and Hyde, the Deluxe Edition. This is kind of nice because it's a 2-disc set. There's the back there. That includes the English version of the album, and also on the second disc includes the Spanish version, which had been put out at the time as well. So kind of unique that they include both in this set. This was produced by Peter Furler. This is the Girder Records release from just last year. Comes in this nice O-ring sleeve, which is always really cool for us collectors. We always like little extra things like this. So there's the so they call it an O-ring sleeve, but that's nice to have, and matches the graphics of the album, at least the photo that's commonly associated with this album. Comes in a jewel case, of course, with the original cover art on there, Petra, Jekyll and Hyde, part of Girder's Legend of Rock series, if you can see that in the little window there. Okay, and inside the jewel case here, you can see the discs are over here. The first disc is here, the other one's on the other side. We'll show that in a minute. Booklet here and the collector's card there. We'll take a look at the collector's card first. Here it is with that often seen picture of the band, which I think I mentioned when I looked at the vinyl. I was never sure, who that was over there. I think it's either, let me see here, either Justin Johnson, who according to Wikipedia is partially featured on the album booklet. He would tour with the band until permanent drummer Paul Simmons was hired. So I'm guessing that's possibly Justin Johnson or perhaps Paul Simmons, but I think probably Justin Johnson, and maybe that's why he gets cropped out all the time. I wasn't really remember the band. He was involved just briefly with it. For this album, but then Paul Simmons was hired, and actually Peter Furler, who produced the album, did the drums on the album itself. So I don't know, maybe that's part of why they always crop him out. But anyway, that's who that is. Here's the art card on the front. Here's the back with the album, which it says Jekyll and Hyde is not only Petra's 20th studio album, it is their hardest rocking album to date. The core of the band remains Bob Hartman and John Schlitt. The album is a melodic blast of hard rock and alternative rock riffing, return of rock riffing that lives up to their motto. Petra means rock. And that's the thing. A lot of people say, it's really just a hard rock album. But as I listened to that vinyl, when I did that review, there is a lot of alternative kind of rock on here too. So it really is a little bit more of a blend, as well as some kind of praise and worship coming in too. So even though everybody kind of remembers it for being this really hard rocking album, and it does, but there is also a lot of alternative on there too. So again, not knocking it. That's just kind of the reality of how the album was produced. Here is the booklet that comes with it. It's a nice little write-up here in the beginning about the album from John De Laurentiis, Girder music staff writer. There's lyrics throughout with Bible verse references. Here's a photo of the band from that time as well, which that's Paul Simmons there. So he gets featured in that photo. More lyrics in here. I don't think there's any photo in the center. And then the back of the book again features that photo. This is a nice quality release from Girder Music, Jekyll Hyde, Petra's last studio album, at least to date. This is a nice release. Love that you get both the English and Spanish versions of the album on separate CDs. Love that there's the O-ring sleeve on here. Kind of wish they'd have done that with albums like Never Say Die, More Power to You, and Not of This World. Who knows? They may re-release those down the road and do that very thing. But good quality release. I haven't listened to the album yet, so I can't comment on the audio quality, but I'm sure it's up to Girder's usual standards, so it should be good stuff. But if you're on the fence about this album, pick it up. It's a quality release. All right, let's get to those box sets quick. First one I picked up, and one that I've been looking at for a while, including well before the holidays, was the Striken Precious Metal box set. This includes a number of different discs on it, 3 different CDs actually. I'm not super familiar with Striken, but I know they do have a pretty important history in hard rock and heavy metal for Christian rock. This is a box set put out by Retroactive in 2022, and I believe they're going to be performing at Immortal Fest, one of the either Immortal Fest 1 or Immortal Fest 2. I'm not sure which one. Don't recall off the top of my head. Look it up though. This is kind of a cool box set. Again, I have not listened to it, so I can't comment a ton on that. Box set is really in this O-ring sleeve. First one included in the box set is this one here, Striken, which is called Striker. The early years, they were originally called Striker and then changed their name to Striken. Thus the 2 names on this album here. This is just a little digipack or wallet, cardboard. It's got a photo and track listing on the back. Originally released again in 2022, but the album first came out in 1980. Opens up this way and this way, so you've got the lyrics all printed across there, a little write-up there, and band members and some credits and stuff, some liner notes there as well. Then in this part of the sleeve here comes the CD itself. There's what that looks like. And there's actually also a collector's card in here too, which is pretty cool. You've got Dale Stryker, Joey Knight, Dave Kurowski, and Steven Stryker on there. Kind of a cool photo from back in the day. And then a little write-up here, Legacy Series card number 9 here as well. So kind of cool. So obviously that was the early years, as it said. Another disc they have in here is Once Lost, Now Found. I believe this was an unreleased album, if I remember correctly. Don't judge me because I haven't, like I said, I'm not super familiar with Striken. But this is a nice gold disc edition of this album. It's a jewel case. Again, looks really nice. Has 14 tracks on it, including the 14th track, which is Striken Band Intros and Message Live. Track 2 is I Need Your Love, which is extended, as is track 3, Rock On. So, and then track 10, The Young Men Have a Vision, has a live intro to it. Inside, should show you, I guess, is the book with the CD and a art card as well. Here is the art card, the band photo on it. Legacy Series number 7, it says on the back, with a little write-up there. The CD itself with some cool kind of retro printing on it, which I really like that style. The artwork in the tray, and the booklet itself, which... again, is the band listing there. A little write-up here as well from Doug Van Pelt of Heaven's Metal magazine. And the lyrics printed throughout, as well as a great Bunch of photos in the center too. Nice, nice booklet. Love the coloring and design and everything on this. Really very cool. All right, then finally you have Stryken Blitzkrieg. It's kind of cool cover art. This one I believe is from 1983 originally. This is a 2022 retroactive CD release. Again, in a digipack or wallet that folds out. Has all the lyrics printed. A write-up again by Doug Van Pelt of Heaven's Metal Magazine. Band members listed there and some liner notes. CD and art card in here. Here's a look at the CD label printing and the art card in this particular release. This is Legacy Series number 8. So this box set contains Legacy Series art cards 7, 8, and 9. So that's kind of cool. All right, so there you go. There's the Stryken box set. This cost me about $25 through Retroactive. I think they had it on sale for less before the holidays, and I just had too many purchases then, so I had to kind of drop some things, and this is one thing that got dropped. But now here after holidays, I was like, I need to pick that up before it disappears, especially since I see they're playing at Immortal Fest. So I would like to get caught up and familiar with them. I think they are kind of a precursor, may have even been around before Striper, if I remember reading about that correctly. But anyway, look forward to listening to Stryken and getting to know this band a little bit better. I believe this is everything that they put out, if I understand correctly. But look forward to this. Good box set. If you're interested in it, pick it up while you can. Again, this probably will disappear, and I don't think they'll necessarily reissue any more of these. So get them while you can. All right, last but not least is the box set Stand Up and Shout. Ken Tamplin's box set that Girder Records put out in 2024, last year. I think it was kind of the end of last year. It says here, 69 songs curated by Ken Tamplin, 22 unreleased tracks, 6 new exclusive versions, and a 3,700-word essay. So very cool. Apparently, one of the emails they sent out, Girder sent out, they said this was selling really, really well. I think they had 30 copies left at the time that I ordered. So, in fact, they said it was selling better than they expected or anticipated it would. So if you want to get a copy, pick one up. So I thought, okay, I'll pick it up. There are 4 discs in this set. Each disc has 17 tracks. Disc 3 has 18. It says here, Stand Up and Shout is a 69-song career-spanning box set from Ken Tamplin, 4-time Dove Award winner, renowned for his vocal talents, often compared to Lou Gramm, Paul Rodgers, David Coverdale, and his cousin Sammy Hagar. This comprehensive collection features 22 unreleased tracks and 6 exclusive new versions distributed across 4 discs. Additionally, the box set includes a 16-page, 3,700-word essay detailing Tamplin's musical history and an array of memorabilia and photos. So the box set is housed in this O-ring sleeve, similar to the Stryken set. And here it is. It's all in a cardboard kind of wallet fold-out thing. You've got the 4 discs throughout there. You've got the booklet there. Lots of great photos and graphic stuff throughout here, including a picture of he and Chuck King from Shout. And I believe there are Shout songs on here as well as, Tamplin's own solo work as well. So there's a mix of some things. Ken Tamplin has his own vocal academy, of course. I don't think this is literally autographed. I think that's a picture of his autograph. It doesn't seem like it's actually on there from what I can tell, but kind of cool. Anyway, neat photos and write-ups there. And the booklet itself, of course, is pretty extensive. Like I said, 3,700-word essay. So some neat stuff in here that I need to read yet. But I love all the album cover and photo graphics included in here. Really good stuff. I've got a number of his albums, including that one. I don't have these 2 yet. I'm tempted to pick those up. I do have the green, so they call it the green album cover, Tamplin. But this write-up looks really extensive and interesting. So I look forward to that. Song listings, track listing there, and some credits there at that point. So really, really neat collection here. I guess I can show you the discs real quick. There's disc 1, disc 2, printing on disc 3, and last but not least, the printing on disc 4. So there you go. There's the Stand Up and Shout Ken Tamplin box set. Again, I have not listened to any of this yet, so I look forward to. I got lots of great music to dig into, and including still a bunch from over the holidays, all those purchases I made then as well. So I've got tons of music to dig into, but looking forward to this one. I do like Ken Tamplin and Shout. All their music is really quite good. So there you go. All right, y'all, that's it for today. Just a small haul. The 2 box sets, the Petra CD and 2 vinyls. Let me know if there's anything in here that you've listened to or appeals to you or that you like, or if you've picked up these box sets and listened to them. What do you think? Any favorite artists or albums among my haul today? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, go out and listen to some great Christian rock today. Make it some, how about some Ken Tamplin today? Make it some Ken Tamplin. And enjoy the rest of your day. But above all else, remember, stay in God's Word, y'all. Blessings. Have a great one. See you next time. Bye-bye.